Hey guys, in this video we will be looking at post-nerf SYLVEON, which just got nerfed very hard yesterday. In my opinion probably a bit too much, but the character system is pretty fine and fun to play. I personally don't really play Mystical Fire anymore. I feel like that nerf was a bit too much, but I've been playing a lot of Hyper Voice and with very good success still. So let's just look at some gameplay of it, of a game I played yesterday, where stuff also goes a bit wrong and where we still managed to have high impact with Hyper Voice. My items are Body Barrier, Focus Band, and Choice Specs. I'm still not sure about the Choice Specs, but I just don't know what other item to put on this. Muscle Band is bad in Hyper Voice since you pretty much never auto-attack, so it's kinda a waste of an item slot. You pretty much only play around your Hyper Voice. So we have a Snorlax laning with us. Kinda luck out here and get the last level Swift. Again, Eevee's laning phase is not very good. You kinda need just level 4. But again, like, your goal is just to reach level 4 before the bees spawn, and that's pretty manageable most of the time. Unless the enemies have a very aggressive lane. So the way Hyper Voice works, it's like a cone in front of you, and there's like 2 damage outputs. One that are right in front of you, and one that are further away from you. There's a line. And it does much more damage the further the enemies are away. So in the second half of the ability. And yeah. Like right here, you always want to have them in, you see the cone there, you always want to have them in the outer area and try to play around that. So now we're level 4 for the bees. SYLVEON has very good bee clear early game. Hyper Voice still does very good damage. It got nerfed by around like 22%, but you can still notice that we just burned the bees insanely fast. Have a Crustle ganking, we have a Centric Crust in this game. And yeah, we just dive them. Level 4 Power Spike is still very strong. Get a nice dunk. No, we just do the Audinos again, they just respawned. Do this, and we can be looking for theirs as well. Almost level 6 now when you get stick. You will still play Carmine in this build. There's no reason to ever play Helping Kiss. Or Draining Kiss, sorry it's called. There's no reason to. I feel like I should have been more aggressive here and go to the right side. The only problem is we don't know where their central player is, so that could be there too. But I think we should have probably contested the Audino since I'm very strong now. So, small misplay there. And I actually go like I want to contest and fight them, and now the enemy central appears. Very bad timing, my Snorlax just rotated away from me, so I didn't really notice him walking away, which is my fault. He probably shouldn't leave the lane, but yeah, that is the bad central timing. Could have done it earlier, could have contested something much earlier. And now we died for it. Or been prevented if I just saw that my Snorlax, if I see my Snorlax rotating away, I probably can just leave. That's the problem with not knowing where the enemy central is, right? Like, we can't always extend a lane, so. Now Dreadnought spawning in 30 seconds. I sadly see my entire team top lane, but I still want to be aggressive. You have to be aggressive with this character early game to get value out of it. I see my Snorlax taking a buff. I see no one rotating bot lane. So these are kind of the games where, you know it's gonna be a difficult one, right? When you see none of your teammates rotating for the bottom Dreadnought objective. Get ganked again, I probably could have dodged that. That was just my fault though. Like, I'm just very dumb death. And you see my Snorlax attacking the Audino on bot lane as well. So now I'm just like, fuck, whatever. I'm just gonna farm experience, try to get level 8. Maybe I can get 8 before the Dreadnought disappears. That's still the most OP thing about SYLVEON is having your Unite move on level 8 is just so huge. And something as a laner you can have for the first Dreadnought. So you don't even have to play it central to maybe be level 8 and have your Unite move. So I see Dreadnought's half HP, I'm just gonna be like, if we lose this Dreadnought, this game is gonna be so insanely difficult. So I'm just gonna go in. They don't have Unite moves, I have Unite moves, I'm just gonna use it here. Combine my Hyper Voice with my Carmine. You can always activate it during Hyper Voice for extra damage, and yeah. You just kill 3 people, get the Dreadnought, and suddenly the game is actually looking quite good. We get the Dreadnought experience, we will be able to farm bot lane Audinos for the entire game now. I also get a nice score in. Nice 22 overkill and 40 score points for myself. Also grants me almost half a level. After I take golds, I always kind of look if I can maybe take their camps as well that just spawned. So, kind of greedy for this one Audino, but I'm pretty confident now. I'm very high level that I'm just taking their side. Obviously for the next we can't go. Now we see the bees are spawned again, so we take the bees. This one at 550. And yeah, our XP is looking great. We're even higher experience than the enemy central player now, so, you know, the game is actually going great. I'll just turn it around very fast. And again, we just look for these max range Hyper Voices. You don't want to be ever melee, because it actually does. Hyper Voice does no damage if someone is close to you. It really doesn't. So you always want to play at the max range of it. Try to get used to it. and move your analog stick as good as you can around so that you can keep the opponents in the outer zone cone. And again, Carmine didn't get nerfed. Still does the same, it gives you special attack. So your Hyper Voice does crazy damage with it whenever you activate it. And you also get move speed, which makes it easier for you to hit your Hyper Voice. You pretty much can use it on every second Hyper Voice, you can use a Carmine. Later into the game, on level 12, Carmine gets a plus passive where you can block the first damage that hits you after using Carmine. So, on late game teamfights, you can sometimes look out, like, what do the opponents have? Do they have a Blastoise? You want to maybe block the ultimate damage? Do they have a Lucario? You want to dodge Power Punch damage? Do they have a Talonflame? So later on, you can sometimes, depending on what you play against, you just keep your Carmine to dodge some CC. Obviously, you don't want, not CC, some damage. Obviously, you don't want to keep it up for too long. And here again, we see just Hyper Voice still mating people. Very strong if your team has CC. So if you combine it with like a Wigglytuff or something, this ability is still very, very strong. Just running down the Pikachu. Pokemon like Pikachu have still actually no chance against Hyper Voice. They just don't have any mobility, so they can't really walk out of it if you play it well. I see Dreadnought's being taken again. Just looking for some kills, and now we just still run into them with Hyper Carmine. We have ultimate up, so we can be very aggressive. I'm popping it here. And then we just try and secure the... we'll use my Hyper Voice then the Dreadnought to get it. Run down the Venusaur. And now we almost level 13. 13 and a half even. And you can see just permanently staying at max range Hyper Voice. As good as I can. And to me it still looks like it does good damage. They just... Mystical Fire for sure received the harder nerf. Which I think is fair. It was... I mean, it had so much mobility as well. It was very, very unfun to play against. It's a shame though, because the ability is probably more fun. Now I'm level 40, I'm still farming everything, cause like in this game, I actually have a chance to reach level 15. There's nothing really to do now, right? Dreadnought will never spawn again. Zapdos is in 1 minute, so I actually have time to maybe farm level 15 to be as strong as I can for the Zapdos fight, which obviously can decide the game. We're in the lead, but the game is very close besides me having a huge XP lead. So, the further I'm ahead, the harder I can carry teamfights, right? So even if I'm level 14, if I see there's still so much time to go, if it's like 20 seconds before Zapdos and I hit 14, I will not continue farming anymore, but yeah. You can see Hyper Voice against Mystic Fire. Pikachu even has to actually blink out of my Hyper Voice or he just dies. And now he has nothing, they're all grouped up and that's like easy. It's still very, very good damage. I still decide to just blink in here, chase them, and actually get both of them. So... It for sure doesn't feel very overpowered anymore, but it still feels strong. Here my teammate is so nice for me, I get 50 Duncan. Said he's before Zapdos, but... So I'm now just gonna recall to get full HP before Zapdos, and I see this in the is dunking, or scoring bot lane, so I just... Jump here quick, doesn't have score shield. He has to blink away as well again. Sadly can't catch him any longer, but... Forcing an eject button on a squishy is also very good, now I know he doesn't have it, so I can maybe look for a play on him during the last team fight. He's also just zoned out. Now we have a lead, so we just want to kill them. We don't want to start Zapdos unless we get enough kills. Which we kinda do. But even then, like in this scenario, our Zapdos DPS is very low. We don't really have a auto-attack character that can do Zapdos fast, right? Also, I don't have Muscle Band since Hyper Voice. Again, you see him pretty much never auto-attacking, right? The SYLVEON is still alive, has ultimate. At least we forced it, so... Yeah, we just stayed on to Zapdos here. As bad as it sounds, it was a good opportunity, but we just don't have damage for it. So best way is just killing our opponents again. And not coming down to a coin flip. This guy's actually still alive. He has Mystical Fire, but I just blink for it fast. Kill him. We have to instantly recall here because I can't walk like this back into the fight. The problem is that they're actually burning Zapdos now, because we couldn't take it. But now it's the thing, like they actually get it here. Now just don't panic. They're still always stuck here, and I just decide to kill them. So I just go for the Cinder Ace. I see the Pikachu there, I'm gonna go for the Pikachu. So whenever you lose Zapdos, you have to think about either do I counter score or do I kill my opponents and hope that they just can't score, right? And we just killed 3 opponents. The SYLVEON was still dead and respawning, so he couldn't score with Zapdos. I also had 50, But the problem is they only have one go left, right? And I was on the bottom side of the map, so I can't really counter score. Walking to their base is gonna take way too long. One of them is gonna score on my base, on my outer turret, and then I have to... He might actually recall in time and stop me from scoring. Sadly, no one stopped this guy. My Snorlax is kind of just standing on the enemy side of the map, just doing I don't know what. This was very bizarre. Like, he was standing there for 5 seconds and then walks into the enemy base. And then tries to score when the game is already over and you can never get it off. But yeah, you should have just defended this base. Again, they only scored 100 points with Zapdos, I think. So, don't panic when you lose Zapdos. Don't instantly surrender vote. Try to be calm. Think about, should I counter score? Should I kill my opponents? And if you're all dead, then you can start surrendering. But or if you see they actually got 300, 400, 500 points in, right? Besides that, just try to be calm. Try to be calm. Think, should I kill them? Should I counter score? And if you can't do either, then you can start surrender voting. I just hate when the Zapdos goes down and one of your teammates instantly presses 3 buttons to surrender vote. But yeah. As you can see, I think I still carried this game pretty hard. We had a 1 assist, 1 kill Gardevoir. I ended up with 93,000 damage. So to me, honestly, this build still seems pretty good. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!